Hello, friends. I'm Louie Louie, and today I'll talk about Pearl, Janis Joplin farewell album. Less than 2 months before dying, Janis Joplin was very angry about Bessie Smith's grave. It was in a very disgusting state, and Janis Joplin bought a new gravestone for her idol. A simple act that explains a lot about the career of one of the best singers of all time. Janis Joplin was born on January 1943 into a conservative family in Texas, but a few years later she already knew that she would be far away from any kinds of rule. Her face was full of scars caused by acne. She also dressed weird clothes and loved folk and blues music, especially, guess who? Bessie Smith. Did not take too long for Joplin to be called a freak by her Texas University colleagues, who elected her the campus ugliest man of the year in 1962. But when she turned 20, sick and tired of her university colleagues, Janis left Texas and traveled to San Francisco. It was 1964, and during that year she worked a lot singing the blues at the San Francisco Bay, but it was a flop, and she went back to Texas. However, in June of 1966, she returned to San Francisco to try it one more time. And while different times, it had been only 2 years, but California had changed a lot. The beatniks had disappeared, giving way to a new scene near Haight-Ashbury downtown, at the intersection of the two streets of the same name. And it was exactly in this new scene that Janis Joplin turned into a real queen. She began to show her unique blend of blues and folk with her hot and raspy voice, which was more likely to have come out of an old phonograph from the 30s. Then she joined the Big Brother and the Holding Company band. They played a lot of concerts in California, and it didn't take too long for that ugliest man of the year turn into a real star. In 1967, the band released the album Big Brother and the Holding Company featuring Janis Joplin. The acid culture was at its zenith in California. Soon after, in 1968, they released Cheap Thrills. 1 year later, they played at the Woodstock Festival. Then Janis left the band, released one more album, and put a new band together, the Cosmic Blues Band, which leaned towards more Stax and Motown sounds. And her acne-stricken face began to appear on magazine covers such as Time, Newsweek, Life. The Madison Square Garden and the Hollywood Bowl turned into commonplace for the singer. But the more money and adulation she received, the more she would take a lot of drugs and draw in alcohol. In September 1970, Janis Joplin started recording Pearl, backed by a new band, the Full Tilt Boogie, a more traditional one, very similar to the band. The group of musicians who played with Bob Dylan. By the way, before the recording began, Janis traveled to Brazil to try and stay away from the drugs. She felt refreshed and happy. Every day she was the first person to arrive at the studio, but she didn't show up on October 4th, the day that she would record her voice on Buried Alive in the Blues, the last track to be recorded. Actually, Janis Joplin was dead, victim of a heroin overdose. The album called Pearl was released in January 1971, and of course topped the Billboard charts for 9 weeks. Pearl is a brilliant piece of art. The album is very consistent, hot, and passionate. While some songs are delivered in a funkier style, others are very dramatic yet sweet ballads. My favorite one is Me and Bobby McGee by Gordon Lightfoot. I also adore Cry Baby, a song where Janis Joplin showcases her vocal versatility. A Woman Left Lonely is pure Bessie Smith. Another classic song from Pearl is Mercedes-Benz. Her voice on this song is incredible. Finally, her voice is so outstanding that I can hear it even on the instrumental track Buried Alive in the Blues, the song that she couldn't record on October 4th. And that's it. I would like to know if you like Janis Joplin. What's your favorite Janis Joplin album? Is it Pearl? Please leave your comments and see you soon.